Well, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you are here for our Wednesday night free necklace call. Whether you're watching live right now, thank you to those of you that are here live, or whether you're watching later on the replay. We love doing these events on our team because Park Lane has been such a blessing for me and for Rayanne and so many others here in our group that we love to share it with others. So for those of you I don't know, my name is Carolyn Davis-Rohlin. I have been a stylist with Park Lane for almost 2 years. That sounds pretty new, but I'm not new to the direct selling world. I was with another jewelry company for, well, close to 18 years, and they suddenly went out of business at the end of 2020. And then I thought maybe I'd go into real estate or something. I didn't want to be stuck at my office job for forever. So I found Park Lane, and it has just been amazing. I actually got to leave that office job. Now I just sell jewelry. Now I know that's not everybody's dream. You may love your job. You may not need any extra money. You may just be here to see about winning a free necklace. Whatever you're here for, it's all good. We're just happy you're here. And tonight, I just want to share with you, we like to call it the 4 Ps. No, 3 Ps. 3 Ps of Park Lane. I can't count. A little bit about the people, a little bit about the product, and a little bit about the programs. And my goal is just to educate and help people understand how it works, because even if this isn't for you, you may know someone who has a need for extra income, or you may decide this does sound fun and I would like to have a fun little side gig. So whatever you do with the information is up to you. We're just happy you're here. So I'm married. I have 2, it's so hard. I always said 2 teenage boys for a really long time, but now I have a 20-year-old who owns a house, and I have a senior in high school, and I have a husband. So there's not a whole lot of girls talk happening at my house. So that's one of the things that Park Lane does for me, is it just feeds into my like emotional social support team, because I love having people to talk to and friends. So I love that about it. But the people of Park Lane are amazing. The owners, they started it. Well, let me say the founders. They started it back in 1955. Arthur and Shirley Levine were teenage newlyweds, and they wanted to start a business that would make it possible for her to stay home with the kids and still contribute to the family. And back in the 50s, you really have to think about it. They were pioneers in this industry. And the fact that they're still around is huge. 67 years, y'all. We just celebrated 67 years. And one of my favorite things about Park Lane is that during the year of 2020, when so many retail stores were closing and other direct sales companies were closing because the pandemic, I mean, people didn't know what to do when home shows went away. Park Lane did such an excellent job training the field that they had their best year ever in 2020. And then it's only been topped by 2021 and now 2022. So they are just super financially sound and strong, and they're very smart. They're all about putting people first. So since the very beginning, Arthur and Shirley vowed to never keep more than 2% of the profit, and the rest they pour back into the program. So when I talk about the programs and you think, how is that possible? I want you to remember that they only keep 2%. And Rayanne, if you can remember that quote about that one guy that said he'd rather have 1% of a huge amount than 100% of his own efforts, I would love that. But if you can't,
I would rather have 1% of one people's efforts than 100% of my own.
1% of how many people?
100 people efforts than 100% of my own.
Right. So Park Lane recognizes that it's better to take a smaller piece of the pie and help more people. And that actually grows into a larger number. And they're so smart. So 3 of their children in the early 2000s purchased the company from them. And now their children's children work in the home office and are on the design team. So they are just a very good family owned and operated company. The product, oh my goodness. I mean, hello. It's jewelry. How many of you have the Zoe necklace or the Rue necklace or these fortune earrings? The great thing about selling jewelry is you don't have to be a rocket scientist to sell it. If it's priced right and it's cute, women will buy it. And the great thing about Park Lane's jewelry is we have a full service jewelry line. We have dainty delicates. We have designer inspirations. I guess both of these are designer inspirations. We have bold, We have career wear. We really have something for every age and stage of women. And we even have some men's jewelry. We have an amazing guarantee. So if the jewelry ever breaks, Park Lane replaces your jewelry. In the first 4 months, it's free. After that, it's just a small handling charge and plus shipping. So the guarantee is amazing. The styles are great. And we have every price point. We have stuff starting at $22 all the way up to like $200, but nobody ever actually pays those prices because when I get to the programs, I'm going to tell you about our amazing sales, which here we are. Let's talk about the programs. This is my favorite part. Park Lane has amazing programs for the customers, the hostesses, and you as a stylist. And when you become a stylist with Park Lane, you're actually allowed to like triple dip and take advantage of all three things. So let's talk about the customers. How many of you have shopped the customer sale? You don't have to say anything, but if you want to put a heart or a 1 in the chat or raise your hand, even though I can't see you because most of you don't have your cameras on, I know a lot of you have shopped our sales. And with Park Lane, you only pay full price for your 2 least expensive items, and then you can get 4 items at half price that are more expensive. Our customers love this, love this. And on top of that, usually when a customer spends at least $90 or more, Park Lane lets them pick out any item up to $200 for $30. Sometimes there's even more specials than that, but that's pretty much been the standard. We can at least count on that for our customers every single week. And what I have found is, even though I was in another jewelry company, my sales are much higher now because the jewelry is about the same price point. Sometimes it's even more affordable here because of the sales, but women love a good deal and they hate to leave those half price items behind. So I constantly have ladies spending $100, $200, sometimes $300 and $400 on jewelry. And it's so fun. On top of that sale, we have these things called style drops. So I'm wearing one of them right now. This is our chameleon bracelet. This is a limited edition impression bracelet. And we will get these in specialty colors like this. And once they sell out, they're gone forever. So like this bracelet, the retail value is around $200, but right now with a $40 purchase, our customers can get this for $30. And that really keeps the excitement level up. If you do much on social media, maybe you're an Instagram person, a Facebook person, Snapchat, I don't know. There's all kinds of other things out there. That's about all I know though. And I don't even know how to operate Snapchat, but I will post pictures of this in my VIP group, and women will come back and place orders in between parties because they love to get a good deal and they love to get the limited edition colors. So that's really fun. We have a Sparkle Box subscription, which is a deeply discounted subscription where they get 2 pieces of mystery jewelry each month. We all get the same thing. And there are things that will never go into our collection. But that's how you really find who your super VIP customers are, because they will subscribe to the Sparkle Box. It's only $39 a month for 2 pieces or $24 a month for 1 piece. And that's really fun. So they just totally take care of our customers. And we have new jewelry, usually 1 or 2 new pieces a month that hit our main line. And that just keeps it exciting. We'll have a new big collection in January and another new big collection in July. We usually get like a Christmas collection, which we're having a ball with right now. But then they will sprinkle little new things here throughout the way. So we're not like, it's not exciting for a month and then you're waiting for 5 more months for more new jewelry to come out. They keep it fresh, and that's what our customers love. So let's talk about our hostesses. Park Lane totally spoils our hostesses. I know Melissa's on here, and Melissa currently is about to close her show, and she has $700 in free jewelry that she picked out. Plus she got 4 half price items, plus she gets a $200 item for $30. So the way our hostess plan works is the hostess gets $20 in free credit for each order she gets on her party, no matter how big or small that order is. And then once you hit 10 orders on a party, Park Lane doubles it to $40 per order. So since Melissa's on here and I'm using her as an example, she got 15 orders, which is $600 in free jewelry. Our hostesses always get the $200 item for $30. They always get the 4 half price items. And then we have these 2 extra $50 awards that we can choose to incentivize our hostess for doing different things. And I can't even remember what I gave them to Melissa for. I think I can if I just stop talking long enough, but I gave her both of the $50 awards, and Park Lane just charges us $10 a piece for those if we choose to use them. Sometimes I'll say, you know, if you have 15 people on the live, I'll give you $50. Or if it's an in-person party, you can say if you have 10 people in person, I'll give you $50. You can use those bonuses however you see fit and however it best serves your hostess. So I love, love, love that. And I really believe that it's our customer special and our hostess plan that work hand in hand, which is what makes us so successful here at Park Lane, because women love a good sale, right? I mean, can I get an amen? Women love a good sale, and we love to tell our friends when we find a good sale. Melissa says amen. And I saw Rayanne raise her hand and say amen. And that's why this works so well, because women shop this sale and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I want to have a party so my friends can come shop this sale. And then the hostess gets all these orders and she gets a bunch of free stuff. And then her friends see it and they think, oh, well, I want to get free stuff and share this sale with my friends. So I usually get 1 to 3 new bookings every time I do a party, and they just kind of multiply like rabbits. So that brings me to the third person, and that's the stylist. And that is the other person that Park Lane totally takes care of. And one of the things I love is we have an amazing fundraiser program. Like if you have a heart for giving back, Park Lane will let you do a fundraiser for any nonprofit, and they will give them 50% of the sales, and they'll still pay you your commission out of the other 50%. That's crazy. In my former company, I could do a fundraiser and just give away the money I made. But in Park Lane gives them that first big chunk of money, and you'll still get paid from the other half. So I love that. We have 2, not 1, but 2 luxury travel trips you can earn every year. They pay for airfare and everything. Since I've been in, I've earned a trip for 2 to Aruba, Key West, Hawaii, and Cabo. And they are the most amazing trips. You will just love them. You can earn a Mercedes car. If you don't want the car, you can take $500 a month as a cash bonus. And we can earn over $1,000 in free jewelry every month just for selling jewelry and or recruiting. So every single month, if you sell $1,000 in the first 2 weeks of the month, they'll give you $250 in free jewelry. If you sell $2,500 in the month, they'll give you the designer ensemble that's going to launch the next month. If you sell $4,000 in the month, they'll give you $300 free. If you recruit 2 friends, they'll give you $300. If you recruit 2 more, they give you another $300. And then the next month you get to do it all over again. And that is all on top of the fact that some of those sales could be from your own parties, because you can be your own hostess as many times as you want. I have a party that I'm closing tonight that just started last Thursday. It has 10 orders on it. So I'm going to get $400 in free jewelry that I can use for prizes or for my kit. Plus I'll make my commission from that party. So they're just so good about the systems and letting us take advantage of whatever works best for you and your business. So let's talk about how you make money, because free jewelry, trips, cars, all sounds great, but you know, we want to know, show me the money, right? So in Park Lane, everyone earns at least 30% commission, and that's the baseline. You'll never earn less than that. And as soon as you say you add just 1 person to your team, you can promote to a branch director and start making 35% commission. And you never go backwards. Even if your team gets out, you never lose your title or your commission level. And you can work your way all the way up to where you're earning 50% commission. And when you build a team, you get paid infinitely deep. And what if you have, what was I going to say? If you have leadership experience in a former and another direct selling space, you can interview and possibly qualify for a direct appoint position and come over at a comparable leadership level. And that's what Park Lane did for me, because I had been with my other company for 18 years. I built a pretty substantial team. So they brought me over as a senior division leader. And I really appreciated that, because yeah, I'd worked for a long time. So it's kind of like if you were a CEO at a bank, they're not going to bring you in as a teller. But even if you come in as a fashion director, which a lot of people do, we can get you promoted to a branch or an area to where you're making 35, 40% very quickly, because us leaders, we train your new people. We don't expect you to do it. We do it for you. And it's just amazing. So a couple highlights that I feel like I skipped. The 50%, the half price items that the hostess gets and the half price items that the customers use, we make our commission off of those. So if you're making 30%, you're also going to make 30% off your hostess half price items. That was a pay raise for me. We don't pay any credit card fees. That was a pay raise for me. In my former company, we had to process all of our own credit card payments, and those are 3 to 4% per transaction on the whole dollar amount. So if you were making 30%, that takes a huge chunk out of your profit. And we don't have to pay any of those. All of the credit card fees are paid for by Park Lane. And whatever we turn in by Wednesday, we get paid for it the following Tuesday. We find out what our paycheck will be on Friday, and then it direct deposits into our account on Tuesday. So you get weekly paychecks, and it's amazing. Let me see if I skipped anything. You never go backwards. You get paid infinitely deep on your team. And what I love about all the programs, the free jewelry, the trips, the car, you can double, triple, quadruple dip on all these things. So like Rayanne's on here, I can call her out. In the beginning, she and we were just working to like get some free jewelry, maybe earn a trip. We're just working. And we both looked up one day and we were like, whoa, I think I earned the Mercedes. We both about had a heart attack. But we'd earned the Mercedes, and we both chose to take the cash option because we're both super practical. But while you're working on one thing, you can be earning all these other things, and it's so fun. I mean, right now, everything that we're turning in tonight is earning us our Rich Rewards Club level 1, which is $250 in free jewelry. There's this special Kingdom bracelet that they just launched for the first couple weeks this month that we're earning. There's just every time you turn around, you're bumping into free stuff. It's so much fun. So let's talk about how you get started. We have 3 different kit options, and no matter which kit you choose, you have a website for an entire year with no quotas. We do not pay a monthly website fee. You do not have to submit so much every month to get paid or to stay active. If you're wanting to build a team, then you do have to sell some jewelry every month to get paid from your team. But I think it's like $600 a month to get paid from your team. That's the only time any kind of a quota comes into play. But if you just want to sell the jewelry, you can do it as much or as little as you want. So our basic kit is $99. With that, you get to pick out $500 worth of jewelry. You get to pick it out. My other jewelry company cost me like $1,200 to get into, and I didn't get to pick any of that stuff. I just got this hodgepodge of jewelry. So here in Park Lane, you get to choose it. And you have a website for an entire year. Our basic kit, business kit is $229. And with that, you get to pick out $1,000 worth of jewelry. And then our boss kit is $439, and you get to pick out $2,000 worth of jewelry. $2,000 worth of jewelry. And the business kit and the boss kit come with a Park Lane logo tablecloth, some travel jewelry rolls, just a couple little extra things. If you do the basic kit, it's just $500 worth of jewelry. That's it, which is still great. And I always tell people, if money is your issue, do the basic kit. Get started for $99 because your friend who invited you to this is going to do a launch party for you, or her leader is, and you're going to get all the free jewelry from that party. You're going to make all the money. Your friends who book are going to book with you, and you'll probably start earning Rich Rewards Club right away. And pretty soon your jewelry just starts to accumulate. I'm telling you, it is like, if you could see my office, it's ridiculous. And if you could see Rayanne's face right now, your jewelry, you just get to the point where you have to have free necklace calls to give away jewelry because you have so much jewelry. So if this sounds interesting to you at all or like fun, this is a perfect time of year to get started because women are Christmas shopping and people just loosen the purse strings this time of year, and it's fun. Plus, you would go into the new year in January, they will start our new trip contest, and you would be trained and ready to go. So when they launch the next trip contest, you would hit the ground running. And usually to earn the trips, all you have to do is have 4 recruits on your team and obviously sell some jewelry. But by joining now, you would be ready for that if trips are one of the things that make your heart go pitter patter, like mine. If graphics are something that you love or hate, we have a graphic designer on staff that makes all of our pretty pictures for our Facebook shows. You're welcome to use them, edit them, do whatever you want with them. Trying to think if there's anything else. We have a great onboarding process for our new stylists. We have videos that show you how to do everything. We meet on Zoom at least once a week. If you like to have community, we definitely have an amazing community, and we just have a lot of fun. So I think you're going to want to fill out our little guest survey, which Rand, can you go grab the survey link for me? I forgot to copy it. Thank you. Rand's going to put our little survey link in the chat here in a second. And if you don't get it from here in the chat, whoever invited you can message it to you. You'll fill out this. It's like 4 questions, and it's going to ask you what the keyword is. And tonight we're just going to make the keyword trip. That's easy. 4 letters, T-R-I-P, trip. And that is just so we know that you actually came and you did, you know, people don't just go fill out the survey every week, which we haven't had a problem with, but you know, and I just suggest everyone have like a 5-minute conversation with whoever invited you. Let them know what you're thinking, or maybe if you know somebody that this would be good for. Some of the best women on my team, really, I am on this team because somebody else told me. My friend Kathy said, Carolyn, I know you're planning on going into real estate, but what they're offering you girls at Park Lane is really good. You should talk to Jennifer. So I am a referral. So if you know somebody that could use extra income or a little joy in their life, tell your stylist or tell your friend to talk to your stylist, because we're having a lot of fun here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And then for you girls that are on the live, I'll take questions. Unless, is there something major I left out, Rayanne, that we want on the recording? No? Okay. So if you're watching the recording, make sure you get that survey and fill it out by tomorrow at midnight from your stylist. Oh, thank you. She pointed at her bracelet. There's a special that ends tonight. New stylists who join tonight, it was going for the last 2 weeks and today's the last day. On top of your kit, you get to choose any color impression bracelet you want. Our impression bracelets retail for $182. This is our jet black one. We have them in about 12 different colors. Most people use these as their bonus items and they get them for $30, but it's really nice to have a couple of them in your kit. And right now, if you join tonight, you get to pick any color impression bracelet as your gift from Park Lane. This happens like twice a year. So it's a big deal. Thank you, Rayanne. Oh, good. I'm so glad you said that. Okay, let me stop this recording and see if anybody has any questions.